Now, we've all heard the old argument that general consumers don't notice 120Hz, 60Hz is fine for what I do, I don't do gaming, and as a long-term Apple user, I said some of those things myself. Having experienced the display on this phone though. Welcome to the second round of this mega fight between these two great smartphones from these two giants, Apple and Samsung. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, hello again. We do down-to-earth tech reviews here with a bit of fun. On the classic gold corner, we have the undefeated world champion of the world, arguably the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And on the beautiful phantom brown corner, we have the Galaxy S21 Ultra from Samsung. In this second round, the iPhone 12 Pro Max will go head-to-head with the S21 Ultra, fighting for the best display title. Shall we just give this one to Samsung as well? 120Hz? No? There's got to be a fight.
Come on, man. You know the drill. There has to be a fight.
Okay, let's fight. Round 2. Fight! Let's cover the specs. The S21 Ultra has a dynamic AMOLED display, 6.8 inches, 2K plus resolution. The iPhone is OLED 6.7 Super Retina XDR, whatever that means.
It's just great contrast, high brightness, and cinema standard color gamut. I don't know, man.
Let's compare looking at pictures. Here are the settings I have, both devices set to max brightness and making sure that there's no extra enhancements turned on. Clearly you can see here that the Samsung display is just so much nicer to look at. Slightly more saturated than the iPhone, but just feels a lot smoother on the S21 Ultra. In terms of video playback, again, the iPhone display is fantastic, but so is the Samsung here, guys. The quality you get is out of this world on these displays. What the S21 Ultra didn't do well on the video camera, they kind of redeemed themselves in the video playback. Really amazing. The clarity and definition here is incredible. And it would be a draw on this one, guys, but I have to give it to the S21 Ultra because you do get more options to customize your screen that you don't seem to get with the iPhone. Before we go into the next section, guys, can I remind you, this is a very small channel, so anything you can do to help is great, and the best thing you can do right now is hit that like button. That really helps me, helps the channel, guys, helps YouTube show this content to other people. And here are the other fights between these two great flagship phones, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, which is right next to the subscribe button, so you don't miss out on the next episode of this battle. In one of the next rounds, I will be choosing a suggestion from one of you in my viewer community, so comment down below what fight you would like to see between these two great phones. And the winner will get featured in one of my videos. Right, let's get back to the fight. Display resolution or sharpness. The S21 Ultra has a higher PPI, so it was kind of expected for it to be sharper. And it is. When you zoom into text, for example, or sharp pictures, you can tell the S21 Ultra is slightly sharper than the iPhone. What about display brightness? I could get the light meter out here, guys, but in this case, I don't think we need it. The Samsung display is much brighter than the iPhone. Frankly, you don't notice this until you're outside in bright sunshine. In normal conditions inside the house, both are just as bright. In terms of smoothness, when scrolling, there's a big difference here, guys. When reading and scrolling through content, be it like reading or things like Instagram, the experience is much better on the S21 Ultra. As you would expect with that adaptive motion smoothness that automatically adjusts the refresh rate to 120Hz, can't do. Of course, taking advantage of that WQHD plus resolution. I'm aware that you're probably watching this and going, I don't see a difference. And guys, I've been there, watching these sort of videos and going, where's the difference? There are so many things that will impact what I experience and what you're seeing. For example, the frame rate I use to record a video, the video codec I use to process the video, not to mention YouTube's own compression, the screen resolution that you're using to watch this content. What I will say is that both displays are incredibly close, and in some situations, to the naked eye, there's barely any difference. But here's the thing, I have both devices at home, and I could use either. I find myself picking the S21 Ultra for most of my daily usage stuff now, especially when I'm watching content. If I'm going on Netflix or Disney, any other content, YouTube, mainly because of the display. Now, I will cover gaming comparison in a different video, but again, that's probably an area where we may see more of a difference between the two. The other aspect I mustn't forget to mention is the fingerprint scanning. If you've seen my previous video on the S21 Ultra, you know how much I like that feature. As a long-term Apple user, this really impressed me. I don't have a screen protector here on either device actually, but even if I did, you can raise the sensitivity of it. So I can't compare that on the iPhone because it doesn't have a fingerprint scan, so it has to be a bonus point for the S21 Ultra. In terms of screen time or eye protection or bedtime sort of protection, both phones, as you would expect, have nice features to help you not burn your retinas and help you prepare for bedtime. But the Samsung bedtime feature is the one that really works for me, as it turns the screen into grayscale, and 9 times out of 10 I actually was encouraged to not pick up the phone at all. Whereas the iPhone, it was a little bit easier to ignore the timeout, spend more time on the phone before bed, which is not great. So yeah, that was a very close fight, but we have to say guys, the Alex Gear Tech display champion goes to the S21 Ultra. It was very close, but when it comes to smoothness and the brightness, using it outside for example, you just gotta give it to the Samsung display. They're really incredible. Perhaps that will come as no surprise to you guys, but the iPhone 12 Pro Max did put up a good fight. The Super Retina XDR, whatever that means, it is a good display. Even though it's not 120 Hz, it's still an amazing display. And speaking as a consumer first, not as a tech reviewer, the 120 Hz display, let's be honest, it does make a difference. Don't forget to check, the first round here was a good fight as well. Almost forgot. Don't forget the bell. And let me know in the comments, which fight would you like to see these two devices go head to head on? And one of you, or maybe 2 or 3, will be featuring in one of my next videos. Alright, see you in the next one.